I'm glad I said goodbye. I saw him tied to the tracks for so long, hearing the inevitable silent cry, watching before I had to leave. He was my baby brother, a fundamental fixture, a familiar part of the O'Brien mixture before dog years fell through cracks too small for human. Underfoot for my whole life, making the vacuum redundant for so many years. Like any brother, we'd butt heads. I think we took each other for granted, as he'd be planted by the door to greet everyone else. Home will be weird with him gone. And it was. I remember sitting by those tracks, where he was tied down tight, and my ropes still left me free to wander. I said my goodbyes to him so many times these past months. Each time a relief and a tease. A relief? I can tell him to go. A tease? Only until I see him again. I knew this last time was just that. The inevitable was far too close. His race had been run, and now the snare was doing its terrible work. His filters were faulty. As is typical for his age, those beans he carried around, all those bathroom trips for him, he drove me nuts. All from the beans we're born with. Those beans had to hurt me one more time. I knew this last time was just that. Far too close, more so every day, but the inevitable had moved quicker than perceived. Within days, it had passed us by. I wish I could have stolen one last hug. He's gone now. Just ashes on the tracks. A fine dust of memory. Whipped away in the wake of the inevitable, flung into the air, making me choke up, making my eyes stream tears. Without him there, the track seemed empty, as did I. Just the two of us, the track and I, incomplete, sharing that missing piece. And now I start to learn the purpose of the inevitable bearing down. Scarcity doth dictate worth. That's why life's precious. I now can see the whole circle form, the loop that takes the track. A never-ending course to run, repeating, yet never turning back. The inevitable has taken its toll. The track has a vacant space. From the rails, a square is no longer there and can never be replaced. And it goes to show what great worth that trusty little square held, not tied down. He and track won. And now he's gone, irreplaceable, leaving a critical gap. But, funny thing about squares, as irreplaceable as it may be, his square may be substituted. Enter the O'Briens. We've made two triangles fill the gap. And thus does a new lap begin.